So, you've got a great business idea and a big dream, but you need some funding to back it. Where do you get money to start your business? That question keeps a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs awake at night because, let's face it, even though there are creative ways to get around spending money to start a business these days, generally speaking, it does take money to make money. But don't worry if you don't have a giant stack of cash lying around. There are ways to make it happen. We'll explore a few of them in this video so you can secure the funding you need to turn your dreams into a reality. The first method is to bootstrap it, and that is a lot easier to do these days with all of the tech solutions that are available, especially if your business idea is primarily digital because you're not going to have a whole lot of overhead. That means using your own personal savings to get things going, which is a fantastic option if you do happen to have some money saved up. You'll have complete control over your business, and you won't have any debt to worry about. The downside, though, is that you're probably going to need some additional funds at some point, so you may end up actually limiting your growth. We've got another video about when you should borrow money for your business. I'll put that up here for you so you can check that out later. So assuming you're going to go find some funding, maybe friends and family are an option. If you have a supportive network who believe in your vision, pitching them your idea could lead to some early investment, and people you know are more likely to believe in your idea. But be careful because mixing business and personal relationships isn't always a good thing. Just make sure you have a clear repayment plan in place. A really popular option right now is crowdfunding. With access to platforms like Kickstarter online now, you can source money from a large pool of people and really test the market. And you can generate some early buzz. It really is a good source of initial capital, and it's a great way to start creating some brand awareness. It might be tough if you don't have a lot of marketing knowledge though, because it does require a very compelling campaign. And if you don't have that, you just might not raise enough money. Of course, there's always the old-fashioned way of walking into a bank and asking for a small business loan. There are lots of different programs available today for small businesses, but the problem is the banks don't know you, so it can be very difficult to qualify for a business loan unless you have an extremely strong business plan and a very good credit score. You're probably realizing by now that there's a lot to navigate when you're trying to find money for a business. We actually have some professional help for that, and you'll find a link in the description below, which you'll want to check out if you want to take some of the stress off your plate. Now, if you can't go to friends and family, and crowdfunding isn't for you, and you can't go to the bank, you might choose to go to an angel investor. These are people who have already made their money and they're now investing in other early stage businesses, sort of like what you see on the television program Shark Tank. There are some big advantages to this option. Those people can offer mentorship and guidance like nobody else can, and they might have access to much more significant funding than any of the other options available. Plus, they have a lot of valuable connections. Now, if you've ever watched Shark Tank, you know it can be highly competitive, and those investors expect a very high return on their investment, so that can be one of the downsides. You might want to try a business incubator or a business accelerator. Look for these kinds of groups in your community. These programs often provide resources and workspaces and mentorship to help you grow, and many of them also offer access to seed funding. It comes with a built-in support system and that access to potential funding, but the downside is that they can be really competitive to get into, and sometimes you have to give up some equity in your business. Now that's 6 ways you might want to explore for funding your business, but remember that the best way for you is going to depend on your individual circumstances. Every business has specific needs, so don't be afraid to get creative and explore different options. When you find the right option for you, you'll be well on your way to building an indestructible business. And if you're truly setting up your business to be future-proof, check out this video next. All the best.